Hello there, my name is Hido and welcome to the Pantheon, where it's the month of spookiness and scariness and also police chiefs. Cool. So let's have a look at Chief Jim Hopper. 4 mana for a 4/4 human soldier with menace. And, let me take this hat off, whenever Chief Jim Hopper attacked, investigate once for each non-token attacking creature. And then he also has friends forever, so you can have two commanders that both have friends forever. It's important to have friends. At least that's what other people have told me. I don't believe any of it. But this card is quite cool and can lead to some interesting sort of play patterns. We want to attack with him, so we get that trigger, get tons of card draw, potentially lots of artifacts. We can use them in different ways. There's lots of different directions you can take it. And thanks to Friends Forever, we can add green into our Boros deck, or red, or no, red's already in there. Blue or black, you know, we can mix and match however we want. And why don't we mix and match through subscribing to my channel? You can pick whatever videos you want to watch that I make. Oh, what a smooth segue that was. So please subscribe. I'm going to do one of these videos for every single legendary creature, so come and join me on the journey. But without further ado, let's jump even deeper into Jim Hopper. It's a weird sentence to say, but, you know, I've committed to it. Let's go. And speaking of friends, like we were earlier, I think one of the best pairings for this is Max the Daredevil. 3 mana for a 3/2 human with haste. So as soon as this comes in, it can be attacking, get an extra trigger off Jim, so we can get in there, get lots of tokens. And whenever you cast the second spell each turn, untap target creature, then investigate. So the untapping, you know, potentially if you've got a couple of mana dorks, could be quite powerful, but it's another way to investigate and get a clue token. Really, really nice to have as a secondary commander, and leads us into green. So if we're in green, we could play things like Parallel Lives. 4 mana for an enchantment. If an effect would put one or more tokens onto the battlefield under your control, puts twice that many of those tokens onto the battlefield instead. So that's excellent with Jim, because when we attack, so we've got 4 attackers, so we're going to get 5 tokens. Well, suddenly we're getting 10 tokens. Christ alive, so many tokens. Then, with all those sort of token strategies, there's Ulvenwald Mysteries. 3 mana for an enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, investigate. So we want to have a nice basis of non-token creatures, because that's what triggers our commander when it attacks. So we're getting clues there, and whenever you sacrifice a clue, so drawing a card or maybe to something else, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. So just a nice way to build up your board. It doesn't trigger our commander, but it's also really nice. Then another great clue maker is Tireless Tracker. 3 mana 3/2, whenever a land enters the battlefield under control, investigate. So a great easy way of making some tokens. And whenever you sacrifice a clue, it puts a 1/1 counter on Tireless Tracker. So excellent for building up. But you could choose to not go down the green route and play a couple of different colours, and here are some great cards for it in blue and black. Erdwall Illuminator, 2 mana for a 1/3 flyer. Whenever you investigate for the first time each turn, investigate an additional time. So you're getting another clue token off whatever you're doing. Nice little spirit to put in, and because it's an evasive threat, you can swing in. Jim is going to trigger, get a token from this attacking, and then you'll investigate another time. Ooh, amazing. Then there's Word of Invention, if you want to go down an artifact sort of center route, which, you know, is quite powerful when you're making all of these artifacts. Triple blue, an X, instant and improvise, so you can tap as many artifacts as you want when you're casting this to pay for 1 generic of a cost. So all of our tokens, our clue tokens, can tap for the X in this. Search your library for an artifact card, we convert a mana cost X or less and put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Absolutely wonderful. And then Herald of Anguish, exactly the same mechanic in improvise. Flying, 7 mana 5/5. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent discards a card, and then you can pay 2 and sacrifice an artifact. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. So the really nice thing is all of these tokens we're making are artifacts, so that works with it. This is potentially a 2 mana 5/5 flyer that makes our opponents discard cards. Oh god, they're going to be unhappy. But that brings me on to number 4. I'm really going to focus on the red-white aspect now, because this is what, you know, Jim can bring to the table. And haste is one thing that I think is incredibly important. Our commander's quite expensive, and it only triggers when he himself attacks. So we need to make sure as soon as he comes down, he can swing in and get in there for damage. 3 mana for an enchantment, Hammer of Porphyros. It's also an artifact, and it's legendary. It's everything all in one. Creatures you control have haste, and then you can pay 3, tap, and sacrifice land. Put a 3/3 Coast Golem enchantment artifact creature token onto the battlefield. So yes, that token won't be triggering our command when it attacks, but it's a nice sort of thing to have there. You know, if everything goes, you know, belly up, we can start making tokens. After a board wipe, we can rebuild a bit. But having this constant haste is just wonderful with our commander. But there's a couple of ways that you can give temporary haste, and this is a cool one in Heroic Reinforcements. 4 mana for a sorcery, create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. Until end of turn, creature you control get +1/+1 and gain haste. So straight away, whatever creature we brought into play this turn, we can get in there, swing, and all of our team is going to be buffed. So we're going to get quite a few triggers off our commander. Then Ogre Battle Driver is a really great one, especially with sort of token makers and things like that. 4 mana for a 3/3 Ogre Warrior. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, that creature gets +2/+2 and gains haste until end of turn. So that's nice with our commander because as soon as he comes in, he's going to get +2/+2. He's already got Menace himself and haste, so we can swing in there. This can swing itself, which is why I quite like the card for the deck. And it'll get a trigger off our commander. Then we've got Flamekin Village and lands that, you know, give haste. As it enters the battlefield, reveal an elemental card from your hand. If you don't, it comes in tapped. Are we playing that many elementals? Well, you could do. You could go down that route. It's up to you. It's your life. It's your deck. Live it. Tap for a red, so nice and on colour. And pay a red and tap target creature against haste until end of turn. So that's really nice. You know, if we've got the spare mana, we can use this on our commander straight away and swing in there, or just any big threat that we choose to deploy. Then Lawhold Command is a new card, relatively. 5 mana for an instant, choose 2. Create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token. Creature control get +1/+0 and gain indestructible and haste. So that is the ability I really want to talk about because it's not only protecting our board. Yes, we have to leave 5 mana open up, but it can also give all of our creatures haste as well and a boost to their power. Then it also deals 3 damage to any target and target player gains 3 life, so a nice bit of removal. And sacrifice opponent, then draw 2 cards. So a nice bit of card advantage as well. This card just does everything we want to do. 5 mana is a bit steep though. Then there's Anger, 4 mana, 2/2 with haste, Incarnation. As long as it is in the graveyard and you control a mountain, creatures you control have haste. So another great incidental way of getting haste. Really, really nice. And you know, you can entomb this, or you can maybe what's that red sorcery? 1 red. Oh god, gamble. You can gamble for it, but then you might not discard it. So it's really quite up to you what you do. Then Hanaway Battlements, another great land. Attach for a colours, pay red. Target creature gains haste until end of turn. Then you can pay 5 and tap it. And if you own both Hanaway Battlements and a creature named Hanaway Garrison, flip them into a 7-form Eldrazi monstrosity. It's quite cool. I'd put that in the deck just for, you know, the off chance that it happens and you've got a massive flailing horrible land flying at everyone, which is, you know, always a good laugh. And that brings me on to number 3. And at number 3, well, our commander cares about attacking. So we'll attack multiple times with things like Aurelia the War Leader. 6 mana for a 3/4, Angel, Flying Vigilance, and Haste. Whenever it attacks for the first time each turn, untap all creatures you control. After this phase, there is additional combat phase. So that's incredibly important with our commander because, you know, we can swing in with 4 creatures, get 4 clues. Then we can untap, attack with 4 more, get 4 more clues. That's so many cards that we can draw if you've got enough mana to use the clues. Another great way of getting extra turns is Waves of Aggression, a brilliant card that I wish could go into mono white decks. You know, I think it should be allowed to. You can pay all the costs with mono white. Just give mono white something, for God's sake. Although the artwork is quite red. Then Sorcery, untap all creatures that attack this turn. After this main phase, there is an additional combat phase, followed by an additional main phase. And you can retrace it. So all you do is you discard a card from your hand, if this is in the graveyard, pay its mana cost, and you cast it again from your graveyard. You can do that as many times as you have the mana and lands in your hand. So just keep discarding them and getting Waves of Aggression. It's a bit like cycling, but you get an extra combat step, I guess. It's amazing. So I definitely recommend putting this into the deck. Then there's Morag, Fury of Akum. I think that's how you pronounce it. 6 mana for a 6/6. Each creature you control gets +1, so for each time it's attacked this turn. So this that ability itself, if we're attacking loads of times, could make our commander lethal by himself. He's got Menace. Get in there at someone who's just got 1 blocker. You're dead. Landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if it's your main phase, there's an additional combat phase after this phase. At the beginning of the combat, untap all creatures you control. So we can get in multiple times with our commander. Absolutely fantastic. And also it's a creature, so when it attacks, it's going to trigger our commander itself. Then we've got an Aggravated Assault. 3 mana enchantment. Pay 5, untap all creatures you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase, followed by an additional main phase. Play this ability only any time you could play a sorcery. So just repeatable. It's what we want. Amazing, amazing card. All of these are relatively expensive, I think, but they're just great. Just proxy them. Who really cares? Then Port Raiser, a newer card here. 5 mana for a 4/4 Orc Pirate. And it deals combat damage to a player. Untap each creature you control. After this combat phase, there's an additional combat phase. Port Raiser can't attack a player, is already attacked this turn. So just repeatedly just swing in there, chip away for damage, and get tons and tons of clue tokens with our commander. Then Zariel, Archduke of Avernus? I don't know, her whip is in the way. Weird sentence. 4 mana, 4 loyalty Planeswalker. +1, creatures you control get +1, so, and gain haste until end of turn. So that's a great thing that we want in the deck anyway. Nice way of giving haste. Pity, Planeswalkers can die. 0, create a 1/1 Red Devil creature token with when this creature dies. It deals 1 damage to any target. Could get that lethal damage on someone. And -6, you get an emblem with, at the end of the first combat phase in your turn, untap each creature you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. Amazing. Does everything we want to in the deck. Gives our commander haste, gives all the creatures haste, and then we get extra combat steps to trigger our commander even more. And then reconnaissance. This isn't an extra turn sort of thing, but our commander, we want to be swinging as much as possible, and this card allows us to do that with our commander. And even if people block, it doesn't matter. Our commander won't die. 1 white for an enchantment. Pay 0, remove target attacking creature you control from combat and untap it. So we can attack with our commander. If it's going to die, we 0, untap it. No damage is dealt. Absolutely fantastic. We've got all our triggers. Wonderful. Absolutely fantastic. And then we can just start sacrificing things to draw cards, which brings me on to number 2. And I think there should be a token sub-theme in this deck because we are making a lot of tokens through the Investigate. An Academy manufacturer just takes advantage of that. 3 mana for a 1/3 assembly worker, so this can attack and trigger our commander. If you would create a clue, food, or treasure token, instead create 1 of each. So for every clue that we make, we also get a food that we can sacrifice to get 3 life, and a treasure token which ramps us and we can sacrifice it to get a mana. This is just phenomenal. It's amazing. It works so beautifully with Jim Hopper. Jim Hopper, a big fan of robots. So excellent, excellent card. Then Anointed Procession, 4 mana for an enchantment. If an effect would create 1 or more tokens under your control, it creates twice that many tokens instead. So we talked about a few green ways of doing this. This is the white version, and it just works fantastically regardless of who your friend is. Amazing card. And then here are a couple of treasure sort of synergy tokens. Cards, because they are tokens and it works well with the theme. So Goldspend Dragon, 5 mana for a 4/4 flying haste. Whenever it attacks or becomes the target of a spell, creates a treasure token. Treasure control have tap, sacrifice this artifact, add 2 mana of any one color. So that doubles the effectiveness of all of our treasures, which is absolutely fantastic. And then a card I wish I owned because Jesus, it's good, but it's so expensive. Just proxy it. Dockside Extortionist, 2 mana for a 1/2 Goblin Parrot. When it enters the battlefield, creates X treasure tokens, where X is the number of artifacts and enchantments your opponents control. This is going to net you so much mana. It's just wonderful. It'll really accelerate your head in the game, which is, what red-white really needs. We can get our commander out early, and then it's a body on the field that we can attack with our commander and this, and then just get some, treasure clues. Really, really nice. And that brings me on to my number 1 pick. And at number 1, we've got so many artifacts. It's Gyper Aether Grid. 3 mana for an enchantment. Tap 2 untapped artifacts you control. It deals 1 damage to target creature or player. So hopefully you've attacked a bunch. You've got like maybe 20 tokens. That means we've got 10 damage just sitting on the field. We can use it to just kill our opponents. Or, you know, being a bit ambitious there, eventually we'll kill our opponents, but we can really control the board, kill everyone's sort of planeswalkers, all of their creatures. This can just control the game completely. And all this section is about using the artifacts we made for the greater good. That would have been a great segue into the card greater good, but it's not that great in the deck. But Clock of Omens is 4 mana for an artifact. Tap 2 untapped artifacts you control. Untap target artifact. So we're going to want to run quite a lot of artifact ramp. And this can allow us to tap 2 of our clues and untap maybe like a big mana rock that taps for 3-4 mana. This can be phenomenal in the deck. And then if you're in blue and black, maybe you're playing 11 as your friend, Time Sieve is stunning in the deck. 2 mana for an artifact. Tap, sacrifice 5 artifacts. Take an extra turn after this one. So really, all you need to do is keep attacking with 5 creatures, sack them each turn, and we'll have infinite extra turns. So a good reason to go with, 11 for the deck. Then there's Blink Moth Urn, 5 mana for an artifact. At the beginning of each player's pre-combat main phase, if it is untapped, that player adds colors for each artifact they control. And then we're going to have so many tokens on the field, so many clues knocking around. There's so many clues. I don't understand why we've not solved the mystery yet, but maybe we just enjoy toying with people. Maybe we're the serial killer. Who actually knows? I'm not. Well, in the game anyway. So this is great because we're just going to get tons and tons and tons of mana. Then there's Tamio's Journal, a great way of using clues. 5 mana for a legendary artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, investigate, so it creates a clue token. Then tap, sacrifice 3 clues, search your library for a card, put that card into your hand and shuffle your library. Just searches for absolutely anything in the deck. Really great card. Then there's Inspiring Statuary, 3 mana for an artifact. Non-artifact spells you cast have Improvise. So we talked about Improvise earlier in the multicolored section. This just gives all of your non-artifacts Improvise. So our artifacts can help us. So our artifacts are our friends. Yay! Not food. Although we can make food tokens in the day. Anyway, we're spiraling out of control. So Healy's Directive, triple red and X for a sorcery with Improvise, so you can tap all those artifacts to help. Reveal the top X cards of your library. You may put any number of artifact cards with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Then put all cards revealed this way that weren't put onto the battlefield into your graveyard. So this can just really create a game-winning board state if we're going down the artifact sort of synergy route, which is, a good idea. Red and white have a lot of artifact synergies, and this is a fantastic card to use with all of those clue tokens. And those are my top 5 cards for Jim, Mr. Hopper, as, me and my friends know him. Oh, friends forever. I'm going to pair with him. Anyway, great card. Really quite cool. I like a Boros card that sort of bakes in a bit of card draw. Yes, we have to attack, so, it's doing what Boros does best, but it's nice to see. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye. Oh, no. Balked it.